Hi guys, today I have a game for you in my Tier 8 premium German cruiser, the Mainz. Now,
Action stations.
I'm bottom tier, I'm in a Tier 10 game, I'm in a carrier game. Fortunate for me, their carrier's not a Richthofen, so maybe the carrier will deal with only two DDs or go after somebody else. I'm kind of hoping he's not going to deal with me as well. I finally
Good luck,
get back
everyone.
into the game and start moving my ship. I noticed we do have a Richthofen, which is immediately telling me one thing. The guy's not going to hunt destroyers. He's going to go after cruisers and battleships. If he comes across the destroyer, he may go after it. He may keep it spotted. But just seeing that he's in a Richthofen, I'm not expecting this guy to be scouting for destroyers as much. He's going to be looking for targets he can hit. Now, he is doing a normal scouting run with, the faster planes, the rocket planes. So being a DD player, if you see rocket planes, you shouldn't have to worry too much, but you still don't want to get spotted and give your position away. And, oh look, true to form, he goes after the Mogami. He's going to go after food. He's going to go after what he can kill. Now, I'm thinking to myself, there's only two destroyers. My AA isn't going to do much. I don't have radar. I have fairly low concealment at whatever the hell it is. For the most part, so I'm like, what I can do is jump on this A cap. Was it 12-kilometer concealment? So it's not horrible. It's not exactly the best. But the thing about the German cruisers is they're really good kiting ships. Move in, get close, kite out. I noticed that our Massachusetts isn't in here. I noticed our team is undeciding what to do at sea. So I'm like, okay, we're losing sea because nobody's even attempting to go for it except for the destroyer. And if he doesn't have support, so if he's smart, he's not going to go into that cap and risk himself. Why should he? He doesn't really have support. Salem's running away. Our Seattle is thinking, well, the best thing for me to do as to Seattle is to go all the way over to A. Same thing with our Russian bias. I don't know what he's doing. And so, you know what? I'm like, let me back up a little bit and just get my rear guns and see if I can get some shots in on the destroyer. Our Bismarck is going, well, I'm a Bismarck. It's only a Mogami, a Petrov, and a I can't think of the other German battleship's name. That's our. There's only 3 ships. I'll be fine. I only died in history due to some torpedo taking out my rudder. I could easily handle this. And I see the guy go by and I'm thinking, great, this guy's naked. Being a little bit careful with the choicey words, especially early in the video, which probably not early anymore, we're 4 minutes into this game. But I'm like, okay, I need to kill this Mogami. I need to help do as much damage as possible, but I know he sent torpedoes. I know he's sending more torpedoes. I don't need Hydra to foresee this. I don't need a fortune teller. I don't need anything to see he sent all of his torpedoes at this Bismarck who's still going. Watch this, guys. Now, luckily, the Mogami is taking a lot of damage, and he does go down to the Bismarck secondaries.
Torpedoes direct front.
But the Pomeran, whose name I forgot, and the Petrov, they're going to eat this guy alive. I mean, look at him. Just because the Mogami's dead doesn't mean, he's invincible. Oh, look, we lost C. Didn't see that coming. Oh, look, we didn't even attempt B. I'm surprised by who. So, what I'm thinking is, I have to get A. I can't get this cap up. I can't run from it. I can't kite out from it. I have to get this cap. There's no way I can afford to give this cap up, especially with as much of the cap as I have. Now I start thinking I need to back off. And I need to make sure this guy doesn't hit me and reset me as I finally get the cap. But I need to be careful of backing up because there's an Iowa who's really, really close. Now I'm thinking maybe I can get some citadels on this guy because he was showing the juicy red part of his ship, and it's like, nope. Which is why I just had HE ready for the next level because, you know, I wasn't doing much with the AP. Like that final round, I only did 300 compared to the other ones. I was doing not significant. I was doing good damage for a ship that has a high rate of fire. But I am beyond paranoid about this Iowa behind me. Now, luckily, the Kremlin and some other ships are on the 4 line because what these guys should have done was the Pomeran should have just been hauling butt on the other side behind me and the Petrov on the other side to get me. But they make one other big, huge mistake. They don't need this cap. They have 2 caps. You only need 2 caps. Okay. They should have just gave this cap up. Once they saw, oh, we're going to kill the Bismarck. Oh, this guy's in a very, very difficult spot to get out of. He has torpedoes. He can defend himself against my nasty push because these guys aren't pushing out wide enough to where my torpedoes will be ineffective at stopping them from pushing me from either side of this island. Oh no, I'm radared. Whatever shall I do? Let me panic. I'm hoping this guy did it for the DD on the 1 cap, but I mean, still, you've got to assume these guys are behind islands. That was just a bad radar on his part. Now, the Iowa that initially left the A area is now coming back. But these guys are fighting way too hard for a cap they do not need. I don't understand why this guy sent torpedoes. I've got a hydro going. My hydro's on. These things have to be spotted. I am still stuck literally between a rock and a hard place. There's 3 enemy ships. Most of my support is kind of pushed over. Now, while I do have a Massachusetts that is supporting me, you know, great. I'm glad he came in finally. Glad he, was loaded in. But the Petrov got out. He's not spotted. The Iowa's coming back over here for whatever reason. Why? Why are you fighting this hard for a cap you literally do not need? Right? They do not need this cap. What they need to do is start getting kills and getting in defensive positions. B's being countered by 1 ship, which the Gearing should be able to take out fairly easily, because, it looks like he is getting some carrier support. But, I mean, it's been, 10 minutes of this game, guys, and I've literally went to a rock and I haven't moved. Now, it's not to say I couldn't be doing other things for my team, but at the start of the game, this is what I chose, and now I have to live with this situation. I have to fight my way out of a difficult situation that, for whatever reason, the enemy isn't rushing me. The Iowa should have waited for something to come up along the backside. So it turns into a 2v1. Iowa gets whacked by something. I'm going to assume the Massachusetts. But I mean, Iowa, near full health. Lost most of his health. Why? Fighting for a cap he doesn't need. I mean, I still, for the most part, have all of mine. Awesome, the Massachusetts is dead. But guess what? Both battleships are on the same side. Now, I sent both of these sets because I'm like,
The enemy team has
Math,
taken the
no.
lead.
screw you. I need all these to kill him. Now, I am trying to turn in a little bit by, which is why you saw me speed up, but then I did slow down.
Enemy battleship
Luckily
foundered.
for me, I didn't just get erased off the map. Now the Pomeran needed, quite literally needed to just absolutely keep rushing me full steam. It looks like he was going slow or slow down. And now he's going full steam. Oh look, I changed from my guns to that, which means to tell me this guy is probably running priority target. Why did you slow down? There was no need for you to slow down. I've already sent 2 sets against the Iowa. But this is the threat that having torps on multiple sides gives a predicament to. Now I'm close enough to where I'm hoping these torps are just, I don't need many. I just need one. The guy was slowing down to reverse. Why? Who knows why? There goes
Destroyed an enemy
the
battleship.
Pomeran, and I'm like, okay, now I've got a Petrov, and I've only got 1,400 HP. Like, unless somebody whacks this guy, like, right now or something, I'm not winning this fight. Oh, look, prayers have been answered. Somebody set him on fire. I'm still right next to the same rock, fighting my way out of this very difficult situation I put myself in. Now, I did have the AP loaded because I needed to outright kill this guy, and I was hoping for citadels. But hey, when all you need is 2,000 damage, 2,000 damage is all I've got, and that's all I needed. Of course, I'd be a funny little, like, this is my cap, GG. Quite literally, 3 ships came at me, one at a time. Granted, the Bismarck pushed Mogami away and got him killed. So the Bismarck did help. Not exactly the best help. Not exactly the best move for the Bismarck. But you gotta call it what it is. Right? Iowa came out, had help with him. Definitely had the Massachusetts help. I just managed to get the kill on him. The enemy's now down to 2 ships. One of whom we're probably never going to see. Oh, and he's on the mini-map, so, of course, this making me look like a fool, but still. And then the Petrov, I definitely had help with probably the Tallman, maybe the Kremlin, but definitely the Seattle, right? And I'm going to give props to all the guys that help defend. That help get it. Like, just because they died in their thing doing it, hey, we still got it. And, like, all of this literally could have been avoided if the enemy was said, well, screw that, let's bolster up B and C. Let's bolster up our defenses there instead of trying to take the cap. We don't need. They did not need a cap. Luckily for me, I was able to work my way out of this predicament and scenario. And then I'm thinking, well, you know what? Thunderous guns are looking the other way. I want to get some more EXP. I should be okay. And then he targets me. I'm like, now he needs to die. As the gentleman dies,
Our team has taken the lead.
like right when I needed him to. And, now it's just the midway. And I don't know why the replay just cut out for whatever reason. But I mean, that was pretty much the end of anything I was doing, guys. But when you see a situation like that, guys, realize they didn't need a cap. They literally could have just left. Licked their wounds and left. They didn't need it, but they decided to, we're going to fight over a cap we do not need. Our team didn't exactly have the best placement at the start. But this is why I tell you, you need to get at least one cap to keep points coming in to keep it to keep you in the game. Now, I do hope you enjoyed this. I do hope you learned something from this. I do hope you take something away from this. I do appreciate all the support you guys do give me. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.